And just like that, Sony answers Xbox with a massive buyout of Bungie. Let's get into what's going on in the gaming industry, the competition that's at an all-time high between Xbox and Sony, and also talk about Sony buying more studios so they can compete with the crazy acquisitions that Xbox has been doing lately. There's a lot to talk about here, so let's get right into it. Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support is greatly appreciated. And if you want to be notified on future content, hit that small little bell icon. And if you want to go that extra mile to support the channel, hit that join button. All right. No one saw this coming, and I truly mean no one. Much like the Xbox Activision Blizzard acquisition, Sony has turned around and bought one of the most popular gaming developers in the industry, Bungie. You know, the main people behind Halo, and the main developer behind a generation-defining game in Destiny 1 and 2. This comes straight off the heels of Xbox buying Activision Blizzard for close to $70 billion. Let's get into what is being said and how the gaming industry is going to change so much in the next several years. Let's go with what's being reported first. Breaking. Sony is buying Bungie, the maker of Destiny, another seismic gaming deal that comes just 2 weeks after Microsoft purchased Activision Blizzard. Bungie put Xbox on the map. Now it's part of PlayStation Studios, filed to Bloomberg Terminal, hitting web soon. Both parties did a decent job keeping this secret. Several Bungie staff learned it from me this morning as I tried to break the news. Bungie held an all-hands meeting at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard to tell everyone at the same time as it went public. This is being reported by every major news media site, including Jason Schreier, who is a pretty known reporter, and of course Jeff Keighley. We can see right here that they compare the deal directly next to Xbox buying Activision Blizzard. Now, of course, we know that the acquisition that Xbox did was far bigger and had way more weight behind it, not to mention a lot of talent that Xbox sorely wanted. Yet this Bungie deal is a huge one because it does give Sony a massive studio that are experts in first-person shooters, not to mention multiplayer games, which I think Sony is lacking considerably. But there's bigger news to come. Let's get into what this means for Sony, but also Xbox gamers that worry about Destiny and other franchises that they love leaving their platform. Sony buying Bungie for $3.6 billion. Destiny Studio will remain multi-platform, able to self-publish and reach players wherever they choose to play. Sony Interactive Entertainment today announced a deal to acquire Bungie for $3.6 billion, the latest in a string of big-ticket consolidation deals in the games industry. After the deal closes, Bungie will be an independent subsidiary of Sony Interactive Entertainment, run by a board of directors consisting of current CEO and chairman Pete Parsons and the rest of the studio's current management team. Okay. So this is actually extremely interesting because for the first time in Sony's history, I think they bought a studio and decided to keep them multi-platform. I could be wrong, and I hope people double check that for me. But for the first time, a first-party Sony studio is going to be multi-platform and not an exclusive game or studio to their PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4 platforms. That, to me, is the most interesting thing about this whole thing. Buying the company for $3.6 billion is a lot of money for a studio that makes one game, which is Destiny. Now, I know that Destiny is massive, and so is Bungie, but that's a lot of money for just one studio. But I do have to mention, they're expanding the Destiny world and also working on a new IP. In fact, let's get into what Sony has to say about this deal and what they think about this new partnership. Sony has said Bungie will remain a multi-platform studio with the option to self-publish and reach players wherever they choose to play. At present, the studio is working on maintaining Destiny 2, expanding the Destiny franchise, and working on new IP. We've had a strong partnership with Bungie since the inception of the Destiny franchise, and I couldn't be more thrilled to officially welcome the studio to the PlayStation family, said Sony Interactive Entertainment President and CEO Jim Ryan. This is an important step in our strategy to expand the reach of PlayStation to a much wider audience. We understand how vital Bungie's community is to the studio and look forward to supporting them as they remain independent and continue to grow. Like Bungie, our community is core to PlayStation's DNA, and our shared passion for the gamer and building the best place to play will now evolve even further. So let's break down every single thing that's said right here. The first thing we have to talk about is that Bungie is going to be self-published and independent from Sony's exclusive lockdown. That's something I don't think people are taking serious, but it's probably the most important aspect of this entire deal. For the first time, Sony is going to allow a massive developer under their first-party umbrella is going to stay independent. That means they'll stay multi-platform and bring out their games on pretty much every single device that you can play on. Xbox players will continue to get Destiny, PC gamers will continue to get Bungie games, and of course PlayStation players will be just fine. But now let's see what Jim Ryan himself has to say, which is they want to continue to expand the PlayStation platform to a wider audience. So let's get straight to the point. Jim Ryan and PlayStation want to bring out their games on other platforms sooner rather than later. We see God of War dominate the Steam sales for several weeks. We see Horizon Zero Dawn dominate the sales on PC, not to mention Days Gone, and not to mention Death Stranding, and all their first-party titles that have gone onto PC and Steam have sold very well. We see people wanting more and more PlayStation games on the PC. This is the first time that we'll see a PlayStation game coming to PC day and date. I have a feeling this year is going to be very different for PlayStation, and even into next year. We'll see Sony move toward being a multi-platform system, which, like Bungie, they'll allow them to be. It's a step in the right direction, according to me. But let's see what Parsons had to say. Parsons said Sony Interactive Entertainment supported the studio's dual goals of making generation-spanning entertainment while staying creatively independent. Both Bungie and SIE believe that game worlds are only the beginning of what our IP will become, Parsons said. Our original universes have immense potential, and with SIE support, we will propel Bungie into becoming a global multimedia entertainment company dedicated to delivering on our creative vision. And so now I want to rant for just a second. Can we please stop the stupid narratives that Xbox doesn't cultivate talent and that Sony doesn't just buy studios? It's obvious that Sony does buy studios they didn't create. There's no such thing as quote-unquote organic growth. Sony has bought over 7 or 8 studios the last year, and none of those were just organic. It was all about buying studios to make content and expand the PlayStation brand. It's why Sony is buying Bungie, because they have one of the biggest IPs of last generation with Destiny, and they will continue to use that amazing talent in that studio to make great games for everyone to play across all devices, which is the most important aspect of this deal to me. It's the fact that Bungie is going to be multi-platform and not exclusive to the PlayStation platform. For the first time, I'm excited to see Sony expand and bring their games to everyone that wants to play them, not people tied to one system or one piece of plastic. You can obviously see that Sony is pushing the same narrative that Xbox did back in 2016. Expand your reach and get more people on your platform, which means expanding your games and bringing them to multiple platforms. And at the heart of all this is the studios being bought into publishers to make games. At this point, it's an arms race, people, between all of these publishers, and it's crazy to see. Gaming is exploding into a brand new stratosphere, and Xbox and Sony is at the center of all of this, not to mention all the studios and publishers buying talent. They're buying more studios, buying whole publishers Sony couldn't buy. Yet you have to give Sony some credit, because they aren't backing down and they continue to invest in their system and infrastructure, buying studios, grabbing talent, and wanting to expand their platform to more devices, which is PC, console, and of course mobile. Let's hope this competition continues and we see Xbox and Sony going hard this generation. And don't be surprised if we see Ubisoft or EA make a move, not to mention Tencent. It's going to be a crazy generation, so sit down, relax, and enjoy the ride, because like I've said before, competition is king, and Sony and Xbox are at the all-time high of competition, especially with Xbox being at the forefront with buying studios, getting talent, and making games. This Bungie move is huge by Sony, so you have to respect that. But let me know what you think down below. Are you shocked Sony bought Bungie? What other studios do you think are in play to be bought up? Is this the first sign that Sony is going multi-platform publisher? Is this move more about becoming multi-platform for Sony, or is it about just getting big IPs? Are they testing the waters with being an open platform? Is Sony and Xbox going to continue to fight at this high of a level? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button to support us out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also, follow me on Xbox Live. My gamer tag is Zalker87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing, and let's compete in achievements for the month. So right now, I've been playing a lot of Rainbow Six Extraction. I've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft again, playing a rogue, having fun with that. I even played a little bit of Overwatch. I've been playing a lot of StarCraft and Warcraft 3, getting into the RTS games, because I'm kind of hyped for Total War Warhammer 3 coming to Game Pass later this month. But I'm also waiting for Dying Light 2, Horizon Forbidden West, not to mention Elden Ring is coming out, and all these other games are coming out. There's so much to play right now that it's kind of intense. I'm looking forward to all of it because you know what? I do play on everything. I play a lot on my PC, I play a lot on my Series X, and I'm going to play a lot on my PlayStation 5 this month because of Horizon Forbidden West. So I'm kind of all over the place having fun with it because that's what we're here for, is to play games and enjoy the hobby. But let me know what you're playing. Are you playing something on your PC, your Series X, or are you on your PS5? Let me know down below, because that's what we're here for. So talk games. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.